Okay, moving on. We just did the clutch push rod video. Now we're going to work on the transmission. Two different parts of the transmission. Obviously, you get your main shaft here, gears, and you've got these forks, these shift forks. Essentially, these gears, they all have a section where these shift forks ride, right in there. So, you know, that pushes up on the gear, like such. These shift forks, they are different. They may look a little similar, but they are different. They have different nubs that ride into the shift barrel. So this one is an L. If you flip them over, they've got a letter on them, L. And you've got an R, and then you have a C. So that's that. Now the trick of this is, which I did make another video, like I said, wasn't happy with. I used the right-hand side of the case before. I'm sorry, yeah, the right-hand side of the case before. Essentially, the left-hand side of the case is going to be the better side of the case to use, and you want to try to put it in as one assembly. I've tried that. I wasn't very successful, but I'm going to try it again. So bear with me. It may not be pretty. So just keep that in mind. Get this all assembled the way it needs to be. There we go. Okay. So, and I may not be able to do it in this video. Essentially, you want to put everything together as it needs to be, if you can. And again, I have not been very successful. So this is how they go in, like such. Oops, sorry. Wasn't filming you. So this is how they go in. You got to make sure these gears mesh up. They go in like such. And then the forks. That's the next part of it. Now the forks, they do go in a specific way. The main shaft has two forks that go onto it. There's one up here, one down here, and this has one. So the first one is going to be the R, which is the lowest of them, I should say. And then you've got C, which goes right here, and then you've got the L. This actually has to go right there. And then you've got the handy dandy shift drum, which goes like such. And you got to try to put this all together in one swooping motion, which again, I'm not very good at. There probably is a better way to do it, but so here we go. So you got to keep the gears meshed. You got to keep the shift forks in the drum. You've got to line up the shift forks as well. So actually, got something a little wrong here. Oh, no we don't. Yes we do. Okay. That's how they go. Again, for me this is just a big pain. I don't it shouldn't be, but it is, unfortunately. It is what it is. And I don't know why I have such a hard time with this. Let me have these two backwards. Yes, actually I did. So, had two of the shift drums backwards, or the forks I should say. See, these line up here. Got to put the shift drum in, don't forget that. You can see what a nightmare this is. It's just a total nightmare for me. There's probably somebody watching this video that is saying, what an idiot. It should not take that much hassle. But unfortunately, I want to show you all the troubles you can have. Because chances are I've had them off camera or some other time, but I try to film everything. Okay. Got that lined up. she'll come right back. My camera is dying. I'm going to charge it up and we'll continue exactly where we left off. Okay, continuing on. Have not moved anything. So, where we left off, got these kind of sitting where they need to be. And I'll try to put the shift drum. These are not installed, they're not slidden in there, so again, this is exactly where we left off. Just my battery is kind of losing life on the camera. I'm going to have to get a new battery, which is, the camera's not very old, so. Okay, there we go. Okay, again, the trick is gears to mesh, these to line up, and the shift drum to line up. So, a lot going on. So we need to push it down a bit. Make sure we're in our slots. Looks like we're missing a slot here, so I might have to lift it back up a little bit. There we go. Again, you got to do this with no binding. Very important. Sorry about that. Lift up a little bit. Almost there. You don't want to force this in. You don't want to hit this with a mallet or anything. It's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to mess up your shift forks. You do need to push this one up a bit, very lightly. Get that seated in the right shift drum location. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to film this. There's a lot going on and you really can't see. And to get the camera down there, I wouldn't be able to work on it, so. I need to lift this all out a little bit more. So close, but yet so far away at this point. And basically what's happening is this middle shift fork, which, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, try to zoom in a bit here. This middle shift fork right here is not lining up with the slot where it needs to go on the drum or in the actual hole of the case, which is causing it not to line up on the drum. So again, this video is probably a bit boring, but get to see that not everything is rosy. And I pretty much have done this with all the videos. Okay. Actually, it's in there now. Yep. So that's how you put the transmission in. Sorry, it was a little bit boring, but you just got to have it all seated. So that's in there. And next we'll move on to, we're probably going to put the cases together, actually. That'll probably be the next step. So look for that video. And as always, you know, thanks for watching. Please feel free to comment, post questions, and rate and subscribe. Thanks again.